Hey, welcome. Today we're going to be talking about Rise of the Tomb Raider, or ROTR for short. Before we start, however, I just want to point out that tomorrow is Christmas. Hurrah. This morning... I know. The video's gonna be out tomorrow.
Sorry.
Before we start, however, I just want to point out that tomorrow is Christmas. Hurrah. And now, continuing on. This morning, I woke up, had my usual breakfast of leftover Stromboli, and launched the Epic Games Store. The free game for today was Vampire. It's like Vampire, but without the E and with a Y instead of the I. Yeah. But that's not why I was there. I accepted the game, though, then quickly went to my library and booted up Rise of the Tomb Raider 20th Anniversary Edition. I was already a little ways through the game when I recorded this footage, and I still haven't actually gotten very far through the story in total. Even so, I will provide a brief synopsis thus far, which isn't actually brief. I'm looking at the script right now, and it actually takes up pretty much the entire video. The game starts with Lara Croft and her buddy Jonah her buddy Jonah, climbing a big snowy mountain. Snowy hijinks ensue, resulting in Lara being separated from Jonah, not really caring, and just getting on with her day. She finds a huge forgotten city that for some reason they couldn't have just looked on Google Maps to find. It's not like underground or anything, it's directly under the sky, whatever. Says something along the lines of, "Holy schlamoli, it's real." Falls down a cliff, and the game cuts back to like a month or so before. You follow a hooded figure as they weave their way through the streets of a rainy city before ducking through a window into a dark office. They turn on a flashlight, revealing all sorts of newspaper clippings and photographs regarding the search for immortality pinned to the walls. The hooded figure turns on an audio log of a man who you can easily identify as Lord Croft by his name in the subtitles. Oh my gosh, why do games do this? It ruins the suspense entirely. However, conveniently just after the audio log finishes, Lara Croft opens the door and steps in. By the time she looks to the window, though, it's open and the mysterious figure is gone. She shuts off the completed audio log, because she knows she's going to find around 1 billion more by the end of the game, and closes the window. I realize this isn't very important, but I just misspelt the word window like 8 times in the script before I got it right. She says something about the audio log being made by her dad, which we already knew, and then has a surprisingly well-written conversation with a woman, and I still can't figure out what this lady's relevance or place in the plot is at all, except to blatantly discourage Lara from doing anything useful. Then Lara is just like, "Shut up, you're wrong," as you do when someone is trying to discourage you from seeking a pagan immortality thingy, and heads to her ancestral mansion. There she meets up with Noah, and then gets shot at, which you would think she would be used to by now considering this isn't the first game, and has something stolen from her. She gets angry and goes to some desert place where she gets shot at by a helicopter, and finds a tomb thingy. And then the game cuts back to after Lara falls off a cliff. I just looked it up, and apparently she has literal PTSD, according to the wiki. Which I honestly can understand, because, she encountered supernatural stuff in the last game or something like that. I don't know. I haven't played any Tomb Raider games except this one.
What's going on down there?
Which I honestly can understand. Lara discovers a Trinity, they're the bad guys, base that used to be a Soviet installation. She also meets this huntress lady who says, "If I see you again, I'm going to put an arrow through your throat."
So, there are people who live out here.
She watches a man get mutilated, thankfully bloodlessly, and accidentally kills him with a huge gas explosion and feels very bad about it. Lara gets caught trying to get the thing that Trinity stole from her mansion back, and is imprisoned with Anna, who is there for some reason. I'm looking at the wiki and it kind of spoiled the story for me, because apparently Anna betrays you and then doesn't betray you. That's as far as I've gotten. You can scavenge for resources, get good guns way earlier than you're supposed to by using the DLC unfairly, and explore optional tombs. The wiki also contains this absolutely beautiful line. It's pretty fun in general, but it's got nothing on Assassin's Creed. Ugh.